this Wednesday morning, June 11th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abi Fridmann.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have a full 2 hours to get through this morning, so let's run down what we have brewing for you this Wednesday.
Hello.
There we are. Have
right.
you ever wanted to become a rock star, Abigail?
Well, now is your chance to shine because Elvio Fernandez from the band Daughtry is opening a second branch of Rockstar Academy. We're going to tell you how you or your kids can get involved and learn from the pros.
I've been working on my drum skills.
Yeah?
Yes, air drum and air guitar. You should hear me.
I've heard that you're pretty good.
The music's pretty good. And then we are helping you find your next summer page turner. We're going to be chatting with an editor from Amazon Books about some of the best beach picks this year. You're going to want to check that out.
Absolutely. And then later we are getting zen with some alpacas. Yeah, you heard that right. We'll be joined by some of the faces from Lazy Acre Alpacas, Inc. to tell us more about their upcoming alpaca yoga events. And rumor has it, there will be a little bit of yoga involved in the studio here.
Yeah, okay, so I was talking to producer Ashley about this segment a little bit earlier, and I said, okay, alpacas, they're pretty big. They're not, unless they're bringing us baby alpacas. Are we doing yoga and the alpacas stand on us, or do we do yoga on the alpacas?
Couldn't tell you, because with goat yoga, the goats stand on you.
Yes.
So I don't know.
And I asked her, and she said, I don't know how it works. So we're going to have to just...
We're paving the way.
Yes, playing it by ear. Before all of that, we do want to get a check of some of our top headlines this Wednesday morning with your news break.
Protests over immigration raids in Los Angeles are entering a sixth day with no signs of slowing down. President Trump has nearly doubled the number of troops on the ground, now at nearly 5,000. California Governor Gavin Newsom has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, claiming the federal deployment of National Guard troops without state approval violates the 10th Amendment. Similar demonstrations have now spread to other major cities, including Chicago and New York.
Meantime, back at home, concerts by the shore are set to resume tonight at Ontario Beach Park with an uptick in security. Multiple agencies will be on hand to monitor. This is part of a broader push to keep beach and concert goers safe after recent violent incidents. This week, county leaders voted to push a special security project ahead by 1 year. Ontario Beach Park remains free and open to the public.
Rochester police are investigating after two vehicles collided overnight in the area of North Clinton and Clifford Avenues. Neither driver was hurt. Police say they found evidence that shots had been fired in the area, but they don't have evidence of anyone being hit. No suspects are in custody. Those with information are asked to call 911.
Recovery efforts continue today for 5-year-old Zyjay St. Pierre. He fell into the Genesee River on June 1st from the Andrews Street Bridge. Investigators say his mother was walking with him, pushing another child in the stroller when he climbed over the railing and fell into the waters below.
Two teens are in custody today after a police chase ended in a crash on Rochester's north side. Officers say the driver was wanted in connection to a shots fired call on Genesee Street and refused to stop during a traffic stop. The pursuit ended when the suspect ran a stop sign at Bay Street and Fromm Place, slamming into an uninvolved vehicle. The driver of that vehicle was hospitalized. We are told they're expected to survive. Both suspects, believed to be in their late teens, were taken into custody. No other injuries were reported.
Happening today, Monroe County Executive Adam Bello will deliver his 2025 State of the County address. Bello is expected to outline major investments and some new public safety plans. And we will have coverage on that tonight on 13 WHAM News at 5 and 6.
Yep, for all of these top stories and all developments, visit us at 13wham.com.
All right, let's switch gears now and talk about the sunshine and the warmth that's headed our way. After some rain out there, a bit of a rainy start to the work week, things are changing today, Abigail.
Meteorologist Marty Snyder is here with a look at how long the sunshine will stick around for. Marty, it's kind of a mood booster, honestly.
Oh, it sure is, yeah. And I think we're going to see a pretty good amount of sunshine for a lot of the day today. It's a story where we're starting off with some clouds right now. So this is pretty much the worst part of the day, and it's really not that bad. There you can see a few of those clouds passing through. We have been seeing some clearing begin to work into the picture. We're going to see more of that as we go through the day, but we're just going to transition from the cloud cover where we are now back into some sun. Right now, 62 degrees. Breeze coming in out of the southwest about 8 miles an hour. That breeze is going to pick up a bit as we go through the day. So we'll see that change play out. Maybe some gusts in the 30s of miles per hour during the afternoon, especially west of town. Here's a check of temperatures back to about 75 at noon. Probably somewhere not too far from 80 for a high temperature today. And I think longer term, we do pull back a little bit going into tomorrow. Still not a bad day. Just a few extra clouds at times as a little disturbance drops down and through the area. It looks mainly dry, though, 73 then. A little closer to 70 for Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. Maybe a couple showers over the weekend. And then temperatures start to warm up again into next week. Close to 80 Monday, lower 80s Tuesday. So at least we warm things up again for the longer term after just a little brief cool down as we finish up this work week, guys.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm ready for some 80-degree temps. I'm ready for them to stick around. Going to be disappointed when we, head back toward the 70s later in the week. But that's okay, because the 80s will rebound come Monday.
It comes back next week. Yeah.
Couch
All right.
weekend.
Ooh.
Couch Saturday. How about that?
Oh, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. I need to keep that indent going in the middle cushion.
It's going to be tough for me because I'm going to try to stay awake this afternoon. It's going to be so nice out that I need to take a nap, but I want to get outside too. So hopefully I'll get a few outdoor tasks done today while it's nice out.
There you go. Come over to my house, mow the lawn, please.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go off the top and start with some of the things that have piqued our interest this morning. I'm going to kick things off with something you don't hear every day. The TSA has issued a public statement to clarify that your Costco membership card is not a valid form of identification at airport security. Yeah. No. Not a driver's license, not a passport, just a card that gets you 48 rolls of toilet paper and a rotisserie chicken for under $6. The whole thing is said to have started on Reddit. There is someone posted there. They accidentally used their old Costco card to get through a TSA checkpoint. Now, according to the post, the agent looked at the card and said, okay. And then the person went through a little extra screening, and off they went to their gate. Now, look, we've all had travel days where our brains are on autopilot. We grab the wrong bag, you forget to take your shoes off before security, or you leave a water bottle on your carry-on, and then suddenly you feel like a felon walking through that metal detector machine.
When they're like, shoes off, belts off. Hate it. Hate it.
But mistaking a Costco card for a federal ID, well, that's kind of next level. The post, though, got enough attention that TSA actually responded. Take a look at what they posted. It's a real quote. It says, "We love Costco hot dogs too, but your membership card is not a form of identification. Please stop trying to use it at checkpoints." They even shared a photo showing examples of actual forms of identification. Things like a driver's license, a passport, or if you're real fancy, global entry. And let's be clear, the TSA does have a process if you do lose your ID while traveling. That involves a series of questions and identifiers, but a wholesale discount card with no expiration date is not on that list. Sorry, friends. This whole thing, though, opens up a bigger conversation. You got to wonder what other cards people are handing over to TSA. A library card, your Starbucks Gold card.
Do we still have those?
A 1998 Blockbuster membership card. Look, this is all funny, but also a good reminder, heading into the summer travel season, grab your bag, grab your flight, and check your wallet.
That is crazy. That is actually, listen, like you said, we've all had bad travel days, especially if you're somebody that travels quite a bit. So easy to just grab the wrong thing, but, what's up with that TSA agent that was like, all right.
So here's my thought. We know right now, at least for now, the TSA is still allowing people to take their flights if they don't have the real ID yet.
Yep.
They just have to go through a bit of extra screening. So I think that's what happened to this person. Here's my Costco card. The TSA is like, okay. I don't think it was an enthusiastic, okay, here you go. It was an, okay, this line, buddy.
Yeah.
And they went over and, they pat you down, turn your head and cough kind of situation.
Oh, my gosh.
And, well, listen.
Okay.
Some of those TSA agents get frisky.
What airline are you flying? My goodness. Yeah, don't answer that. Don't answer.
I had a good one that rhymed, too.
I'm sure you did. All right, so yeah, not a passport, not a license, just Costco. Loved it. Good stuff. All right, we'll get to mine now. An update on the search for the missing escapee out of Tennessee captured the attention of the nation. We told you about Ed the Zebra last week. Well, now his journey has come to an end. After more than a week on the lam, the zebra has been safely captured and airlifted to a new home. You're looking at video of him out on the run, and there he is.
Look at that.
Flying high in the sky, spinning, ready to go to his new home. Now, you probably remember the start of this story, but if you weren't here for it, here's a quick reminder. This all began 45 miles out of Nashville. Ed the Zebra escaped one day after being bought by Laura and Taylor Ford. He was only there for one day, but he managed to slip through their fence and then disappeared off into the countryside.
Look at him go, too.
Yep. So the neighbors called the Fords and said, hey, we see a zebra running loose. Is this yours? And at first they kind of laughed. They were like, wow, what are the odds? And then they realized there probably weren't a lot of other zebras in the neighborhood. So then they started to panic and realized that Ed had escaped. This prompted a week-long search with people calling in Ed sightings all around the community. We showed you some video there. You could see him running along the highway, kind of strolling through the cul-de-sacs and meandering through different neighborhoods. Catching him actually proved to be pretty tough. Like I said, this took about a week, and there were a lot of fears surrounding how Ed could get back into custody. They were worried he could end up in a dangerous spot, like in traffic, or that he could get himself in a situation that could endanger other people. And as it turns out, wrangling a zebra is much different than corrailing a horse. So crews called in the cowboys, the ranchers, and the neighbors, along with members of law enforcement. When we talked about this last week, we talked about tranquilizer darts. Now, these were not part of the plan. Crews instead brought in a team from Texas, and that team brought helicopters, ATVs, and a pretty thorough game plan. They moved Ed into an open field, then swooped in and dropped the net over him. He was safely restrained and airlifted away in a video that really can only be described as poetic. Now Ed is serving time. He and the female zebra he was purchased with have actually been rehomed. The Ford family says they loved having the pair at their home for like the day that Ed was there, but they say the experience has been eye-opening and they don't plan on having zebras again. The plan is to have Ed find a permanent new home in a zoo or a park or a sanctuary where people can take pictures and visit this national celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, he's a star.
Really and truly.
He is a star.
Can we show the video of him spinning in the net again?
You have to wonder what he is thinking. First and foremost.
Exactly.
Yeah, or look to the western sky. He's singing Cynthia Erivo there from Wicked, you know, making his way.
Defying gravity.
Yes. I mean, just truly incredible. He probably feels sick. And
that's exactly what I said.
Look at it, getting dizzy. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He's like, I just wanted to be free.
Yeah. Wondering, how does a helicopter work, you know? He's got a lot of questions, this guy. A lot of questions.
I'm glad that he's safe, though.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's poetic. It's also sad seeing him spin around in that net, but I'm so glad that he didn't get hurt or didn't hurt anybody else.
Yeah.
Because
he took a tumble at one point. We didn't see it in that video, but he's galloping along on the roadway and he takes a face plant, gets back up and keeps on going.
Isn't that just like a great metaphor for life?
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a great metaphor for a Wednesday.
Yeah, let's all be like Ed the Zebra. Run away from our problems, keep on going, and then eventually be forced to address them.
I feel like that's the show every morning. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who is utilizing his senses in more ways than one this morning.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back on the other side of the break.
A pour-your-own candle shop and a local Mexican restaurant are collaborating for a sweet, scented, and tangy event.
Yeah, the collaboration between Scents by Design and Salena's Mexican restaurant looks to combine candle making and tequila. Chris Lopez is live at Scents by Design this morning, getting the details. Did you know Chris is making me a candle? I'm so excited.
Yes, and we're going to be back on about 8:40. We're going to make the candle for Abby. At that point, I'm going to tease something with the flavors and the aromas at the end of this. But let's get to the nuts and bolts here. A collaboration between a Mexican restaurant and then a candle pouring spot. Kind of weird. I don't know. I'm here with Aaron from Salena's Mexican restaurant, and then I've been with Christina all morning from Scents by Design. Why?
So you may think it's a little bit weird at first, but in reality, tequila and agave spirits have such a wide variety of aromas. It's actually kind of a perfect fit. As I brought over here, we have some tequila aroma wheel and some different tequila aromas that you can find. Different scents and odors that you can find in the product. Everything from vanilla and caramel to coffee to coconut to cut grass. So to fit in with a candle company where you're really focused in on the different scents and aromas, it kind of gets you ready to experience tequila in a more nuanced and productive way because you can really pull out those different aromas in what you're tasting.
And from what I understand, the candles that people are going to be making here tomorrow are going to try and match with what, tequila?
If we do our job right, yeah, that's going to be the goal. So tomorrow my job is going to be to kind of explain the different aroma profiles that you can find in tequila, and then our guests are going to try and make some candles that might match that, and then we're going to see where the process ends up.
And then how do you feel about this collaboration here? Like, who approached who? You guys are both in the neighborhood of the arts, not too far from each other.
You know, we go to a lot of the same like networking events because we are neighbors, and I think that maybe this was Aaron's idea to do a tequila and scent class together. But you know, I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a really cool way to think about scent and to use our noses and create custom scents based on a concept like tequila. Which is going to be really fun to learn about, and a really cool way to make candles.
You talked a little bit about, I read on your website, you want people to think about scents like they think about interior design, almost as if it's a part of the room.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what this is going after here? A tequila party, essentially, but then also mixing it with the scent so the vibe all mixes together?
Yeah, you totally could, right? Like, I love the idea of like thinking about like a cocktail, for example, when I'm creating a candle scent. Like, if sounds like it would make a good cocktail, it's probably gonna make a great candle scent. And your sense of smell is really closely tied to your memories and your emotions. It's the same part of your brain that does all of that. So you really do have strong associations to different scents. So hopefully when people pour candles based on tequila, they're gonna have a positive association with the event that they had here and their experiences drinking tequila in the wild, and they'll have a little fun souvenir that they made themselves that they can take home to enjoy.
And Aaron, your job here, there's a lot of people that think tequila, it's just strong, right? You take shots, you bite into a lemon and eat some salt, and that's the end of the day. It's almost get it over with. But you want to really bring people on a journey.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have a really negative experience with what's called a mixto, which is it's not really 100% blue agave tequila like the kind that we have here. And that creates, it's very artificial and a lot of artificial chemicals, and it's a very bad experience. We want to open up people's experiences and make them really stop and appreciate what they're doing. So you're not taking shots or anything like that. You're really appreciating all of the complexities and aromas of what you're drinking. And like you were saying about approaching the sense of your room, like interior decorating, it's the same thing with what you consume. And it's really about appreciating life more and slowing down and trying to pull out those different variances and really understanding what you're getting into.
Tickets still available?
I believe there's still a couple available as of yesterday.
Yeah,
Not too many, but there was a couple left.
Good. They go on either website or just your website to grab those tickets?
They're purchased through my website. I think they're linked on Salena's too.
Yeah, we're linked up.
Okay, either Scents by Design or Salena's Mexican Restaurant tomorrow at 7 p.m. Coming up next, we're going to make Abby her candle. I have a few scents picked out. I don't know what I was going for, but I have about, I don't know, 8 scents here that I hope you'll like, and we're going to try and mix them together coming up next on ARC Rochester. Back to you in studio.
You know, it sounds like a fun event. Just don't get the queso and the candle wax mixed up, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't dip which one's which.
All right, Chris, thank you. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester when we come back. This morning's weather trivia.
Mark McLean will be here with us. Stick around. We're back after this. $20,001 million.
That was good.
Thanks.
All right, Mark is here now with a look at today's sunshine, warmer temperatures, and weather trivia as well.
Yeah, some weather trivia. So we had some storms a couple of days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is a storm in weather?
It's it's two fronts.
Fronts create storms, right?
Yeah.
What else? I mean, where else can they form?
Between people.
Yeah.
Fronts between people?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it, Abigail. Okay.
That's good.
I wasn't going for the philosophical edge on this.
Oh,
but,
okay. What do you have?
I have 4 choices up here.
Okay.
So the following choices is not considered a storm in weather, right? So we've got a water spout, a snow devil, a tornado, or a mid-latitude cyclone.
Now, Abby, before you make your choice, I want to tell you to use your context.
I know, Dan. Do you know how much I hate that? I have beef with Tony Rice now, our space ace.
Oh, boy.
We're going to have a fight. We're going to have a storm. How about that?
Wow.
He hasn't been back since.
I know. I wonder why.
What did I do to scare him away? Anyway, I know the answer, I think. Do you?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to have the questions up on Facebook and the answer at 9 on ARC Rochester right here. So we'll talk about that. But let's talk about this place you don't want storms, right? You ever go out in a boat and get hit by a thunderstorm while you're out there?
I don't think so, no.
No, because I
Like,
have the 13 WHAM Weather Authority app.
Oh.
Yeah.
To
It's
help
like
you
a
plan your
warehouse
day?
in your pocket.
Yeah.
And it does help you plan your day. Mostly sunny today. It's waves 2 feet or less, but look at the temperature still, 50. That's a little low. That's a little
When
lower
is
than
it going to
normal.
peak?
You know, that usually peaks, actually, it's weird, right when everybody goes back to school. It's early September, and sometimes Lake Ontario can actually get in the mid-70s. So Lake Erie can actually get up to 80. Lake Erie is very shallow. okay, compared relatively to Lake Ontario. So it takes longer for Ontario to heat up. It takes longer for it to cool down. But southwest breeze today, so that's pretty nice. Pretty
That is nice.
Yep, not too bad. And if you're out there, don't forget about this. The UV index today is at a 6. That's considered high. SPF 30, you know, you'll be all right out there, but enjoy that sunshine, right? You can see the sky starting to clear out now. Even in the last 20 minutes or so, that sky has opened up more. 62, and officially the observer at the airport says it's a mostly cloudy sky, the southwest breeze at 8. And satellite radar looking pretty good. There was some clouds drifting off to the east of Rochester, but high pressure moving in. That saves the day for today. We'll have to watch this weak front back to the west. There's a little storm system there that's moving through parts of Minnesota. And you see that blue boundary on the screen. That's a cold front. That's going to be making its way towards western New York tomorrow. And that, you know, basically it's just going to drop the temperature a little bit. There is the smallest chance of a sprinkle late morning, early afternoon, but I think most areas are going to avoid that for Thursday. And then into the weekend, we'll have to tiptoe around this, right? Saturday, Sunday, there is a small chance of showers. I just want to stress that this weekend is not going to be a washout. There's no sign of any large-scale storm systems for our weekend weather. But today, let's see, most areas probably in the upper 70s. A few spots will probably make it to the low 80s. You see that full bright sunshine by 4 o'clock and the 7-day forecast for us on the extended. Clouds increase there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not a washout, a mostly cloudy sky for Monday, and warmer air into Tuesday of next week with temps in the 80s. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fairly typical mid-June forecast, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Saturday is definitely, you said it at the beginning of the hour, Saturday is definitely a couch day.
But those are also, if you can squeeze in a few hours and you have stuff to do outside, those are also good days to go outside and get stuff done.
Yeah. Get some patio time.
Absolutely. Also good days to just let it burn and lay on the couch.
I never know what the mood's going to be like when I get in here. And it's always just wildly fascinating.
What do you mean?
Listen, so he's walking down the hall. I'm leaving the studio, and at 7:30, he's walking in the front door, and I said, well, look who's on time today. And he said, I can already feel the energy. And then I had to go back and check in.
There was another word in there.
Yes, there was. I went back and checked in, and I was like, wait, what do you mean when you said you could feel the energy? He said, it's going to be a good day. I can feel it.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, okay. I thought you had been texting him or something.
No.
No. But do you stand by it? Is it going to be a good day?
Oh, yeah. We're going strawberry picking this afternoon, right? For our From the Ground Up segment.
We're not.
Well, you're
weren't
welcome
invited.
to.
Well, no, I don't want a sympathy invite here.
Yeah, honestly, no pity parties for us.
Oh,
no, we just won't attend. We'll boycott.
But that's what we're doing tomorrow. Okay, an update on the strawberries. Okay, the U-Pick season starts today.
Yes.
And there's even a berry. Maybe we call the berry line live on the air tomorrow.
I'm all about it.
Yeah?
All about it, yeah.
I'm all about it. Listen, we called Butterball on Thanksgiving.
Do you remember when Don Eilhart called that live on the air at 11? And the woman that answered was
from Rochester.
From Rochester, New York.
Yes.
And they went in, they actually cleared out the A block so that they could talk.
Well,
Oh my God.
listen.
It was wild.
Good TV.
It was wild.
Good TV.
Yep.
You can't plan it.
Nope.
I mean, this show is proof. Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come on our garage.
Please don't go anywhere. We really need our jobs. We're back on the other side of the break.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We want to take you behind the story now as those protests over immigration raids enter a sixth day in L.A. with no sign of slowing down.
Yeah, it comes after President Trump deployed more than 4,000 National Guard troops and 700 Marines to the region, a mission the Pentagon says will continue for the next 60 days.
CNN's Amy Kelley has more on those protests.
Thousands are taking to the streets across the country to protest immigration and customs enforcement. The epicenter is Los Angeles. City officials say the vast majority of demonstrators there are following the law.
When these peaceful rallies end and the protesters head home, another element moves in.
Officials say more than 20 LA businesses have been looted, and a small part of the city had a curfew last night.
I would appeal to the president to stop the ICE raids so that we can have stability in our city.
National Guard members are in LA against the governor's wishes. A U.S. official says hundreds of Marines the president mobilized have been briefed on rules for use of force on American soil.
We do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces, not in LA, not in California, not anywhere.
Other demonstrations have been in Washington, Boston, Atlanta, Denver, Milwaukee, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, and more. This video shows a car cutting through a crowd of protesters in the Windy City. The White House says undocumented immigrants broke the law by entering the U.S. illegally. Demonstrators say ICE shouldn't go after those who are otherwise law-abiding.
They've taken 4 or 5 students from where I work. These are all of our children, and we need to take care of them and protect them and their families.
I'm Amy Kelley reporting.
Now, one of the interesting aspects to this story, one of the interesting angles about all of this is not only has there been threats against Governor Gavin Newsom from the White House for his arrest, the arrest of the California governor, but it's the deployment of those troops because they're suing the White House now, saying, you know, it breaks the 10th Amendment. And the vast majority of the times, very rarely has a president called for the National Guard. That's typically something that the leader of a state does, an action that they take.
Yeah, I think only 2 or 3 times, if my memory is serving me right there, with the number of times the president has called excuse me, for the National Guard to be deployed in an instance like this. Now, Trump warned yesterday that additional protests against ICE could be met with, quote, equal or greater force. And like we said, right now there's no indication that these protests are going to slow down or stop. In fact, they're expected to intensify over the next several days, not just in Los Angeles, but we're seeing them pop up all around the country, and I imagine would be coming to smaller cities as well. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting what his plan of action is. Again, met with equal or greater force. No word exactly on what he means by that, but thousands of National Guard members have been deployed out to L.A. Makes you wonder if others will be sent elsewhere.
Yeah, Texas Governor Greg Abbott said that he will deploy the National Guard there ahead of planned protests that are set to take place on the streets across that state. But I think we've got some sound here from President Trump about this decision to deploy the National Guard and Los Angeles or California Governor Gavin Newsom responding to that action. Have a listen to this.
All I want is safety. I just want a safe area. Los Angeles was under siege until we got there. The police were unable to handle it. You can speak to the chief. He said it on television 3 nights ago. He said, this is more than we can handle. They said that. And the LA police, I know a lot of the police in LA, they're great people, but they're given instructions not to do this, not to do that. But in this case, they were trying their best. They were not able to handle it. It was out of control. If we didn't get involved, right now, Los Angeles would be burning, just like it was burning a number of months ago with all the houses that were lost. Los Angeles right now would be on fire, and we have it in great shape and not playing around.
Thanks to our law enforcement officers and the majority of Angelenos who protested peacefully, the situation was winding down. and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. But that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members. He deployed more than 700 active U.S. Marines. These are the men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. We honor their service. We honor their bravery. But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces, not in LA, not in California, not anywhere. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point. California will keep fighting. We'll keep fighting on behalf of our people, all of our people, including in the courts.
Yeah, Newsom goes on to say that the National Guard's deployment only created more chaos on the streets, and he also said that there is zero evidence that Los Angeles would be burning to the ground, as the president implied, had he not intervened.
Yeah, I want to see if we can show more of that video, of what we've been seeing out of Los Angeles. 100 people, by the way, have been arrested over the course of the past several days in relation to these protests. And for the most part, around the country, many of these have been peaceful. However, not the case in other areas.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when these demonstrations began in Los Angeles, you know, they said they were largely peaceful. Of course, we see the video highlighted of when tensions escalate, because those are typically the news-making moments.
Right.
But what you don't often see are scenes just like this, where people are exercising their right to peacefully protest,
right,
to organize and take up and stand up against what they believe is an injustice.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You know?
Absolutely. I just want to point out, because I found it here, the other major cities participating: Austin, San Francisco, Seattle, and Portland, Oregon, all taking part in some of these demonstrations as well. And we've also seen things on social media of other smaller cities maybe planning on having these peaceful protests, certainly hoping that they stay that way. But in the meantime, you know, we'll continue to keep our eye on this. This is national news and pretty serious stuff.
And I would imagine tomorrow, when Governor Kathy Hochul goes and testifies before a Senate committee about sanctuary cities, that this will be at the forefront of that conversation. This will certainly be a jumping point for her when she's on the Hill.
Absolutely.
Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we are once again checking in with Chris Lopez.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back after this. Welcome back. Tomorrow, 2 local businesses thought it would be common sense to collaborate for an event.
Yeah, the event will combine custom candle making and tequila. We should be doing shots for this intro. I'm just saying. Sense by Design and Salena's Mexican restaurant. Chris Lopez is live at Sense by Design this morning, getting all the details. And Chris, there are still tickets available, correct?
Yes, a few tickets available. You can go on either website, Sense by Design or Salena's Mexican Restaurant, to get those. It's starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mixing the tequila along with the candle making. In this segment, I promised Abby a candle, so we are going to make Abby a candle. The scents I picked out were agave, margarita, and mango, and we're going to mix those 3 together. Not too bad, right?
No, I think that sounds great.
Okay. And this is kind of the essence of what you guys are trying to do here, right?
Yeah, I think you can end up with something that's pretty similar to this Cinco Sentidos Espadín con mango. So this is a mezcal that has been fermented with mangoes in it. And if you want to take a whiff here, this might be what you're aiming for for the final product of the candle.
Yeah, a little bit of smoky mango in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. Okay. And then first step is to pick the fragrances. Then we're going to mix these together.
Yeah, now you're going to blend them together. Fill this jigger up to the top with a combination of the oils. Just go slow and smell as you go.
Okay.
Oh, so you choose how much of each one and what's going in.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. You get to make it perfect for you.
Have you ever done one before?
I have not done one yet. Yeah, I can't wait to do it tomorrow.
We're going to go a little bit of marg in there. And then finish off with some sweetness of the agave. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right, you want to give it one last smell and see what you think?
Okay, that's
like
good.
It?
Yep.
Will Abby like it?
Yeah, we hope so. Next up is, we got the vessel, by the way, different vessels to choose from. I chose that one. There's probably, a selection of 8, you would say?
15 or so over
15
there.
that you rotate throughout the year.
Yeah, yeah. You ready for wax?
Yes.
Now pour in the wax here.
Beautiful.
Hot wax on top.
Yes. And then I'm going to mix this in.
Yeah, you're going to pour that oil right on into the wax now. One swift motion. Beautiful. And then use a spoon and stir it up really well. Make sure you get in the bottom and stir for at least 30 seconds so it gets well blended.
Aaron, I want to ask you a question. Misconceptions about tequila.
There's lots of them. Yeah, well, like I had mentioned before, I think a lot of people have had a really bad experience with tequila, and they think it's just kind of this one-trick pony that is, like something that you do a lot of shots of. But really, it's a spirit that should be appreciated for all of its nuances and all of the variations that are there. And it's every bit as complex as fine wine.
And then also the difference between mezcal and tequila. You said mezcal's a little bit more complex in terms of like how they make it?
Well, it's not necessarily complex in how they make it. There's just different techniques that they can use. There's multiple different species of agaves that they can use. There's a lot of terroir that comes into practice that really...
The land.
Yeah, the land that's gonna change your flavor profile. And then there are different production techniques, everything from fermentation to distillation, that's gonna give you a final end product. And it's not unlike kind of, how when you mix different ingredients here, you're gonna end up with different scents in your candle.
Christina, how am I doing? Is this good?
You did a great job, yeah. Okay. Give it a smell and see what you think.
Okay, smell the spoon. I think that's a winner right there.
Yeah?
And you said about 2 hours, you said it takes from start to finish, or not from start to finish, for this soy wax to kind of settle in?
Yeah, the candles take 2 hours to set now that it's poured. So I'm just going to set it on the back bar and let it cool.
Okay.
And then, it'll be ready to be picked up in 2 hours from now.
Anyone wants to go to Salena's and they just want to eat out, when are you guys open?
We're open Tuesday through Sunday, 11:30 to either 9 or 10. 10 or 11, depending on the day of the week. And if you do miss this tequila class, we offer them monthly.
Okay. All right.
But it would be a great date night. Come here and make a candle, and then go get dinner at Salena's, and then you can come back over and pick up your candle when it's done setting.
That does sound like a great tequila, the margs, candle making as well. But you also have a bar here, so you can make a candle. That's kind of what inspired this place in general, really, was your friend asked you if you wanted to grab some mimosas and make candles.
Yeah. My friend that lives in a different city, it was her birthday, and she asked if I wanted to go make candles and drink mimosas. And I said, heck yeah, I do. And we had a great time. And we didn't have any concepts like this in Rochester, so I was kind of inspired by that and decided I wanted to bring it home and make a candle bar here in Rochester.
Yeah, a great concept, lovely place, smells as what you would think it would, despite all of the different flavors being in here, all different aromas. I mean, when are you guys open though?
We are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 to 7, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 8, and Sunday, 11 to 5.
Guys, tickets still available. You can get them on either website. Then we're going to have information on foxrochester.com as to how you can attend this event as well, or just really how you can go to either Salena's on your own time or Sense by Design on your own time, or with a date, a party, doesn't matter. They take them all. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. Abby, I hope you like the candle.
I'm
2.5 hours, maybe tomorrow.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much. That was such a nice surprise.
Days, I'll call you.
Yeah.
Yeah, real nice surprise.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Real nice surprise.
Oh, sorry, Dad.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no,
Dad,
I don't want to
there's
hear it.
a-
Stick
they-
around. When
they
our
ran out of
Rochester
soy
returns,
wax.
we're heading into the kitchen for this week's Spatchcock Funk. See ya, Chris.
We're back after this.
Welcome back. We're taking you into the kitchen now, Abigail. Because why? Because
We've got the funk.
Huh!
Yeah. All right. Time for Spatchcock Funk, and they're showing us this morning how to make one of their summer favorites. Take a look.
Spatchcock Funk here to class up the joint. We are making one of the best things to add some elegance to your summer parties. This is salmon salad. Now, salmon salad is fresh and bright and really a colorful and tasty dish that hits the palate just right. It pairs well with almost everything, particularly white wine and champagne. I know this is a hit because some women with some really high taste and high caliber, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife, I've made this dish for them. They love it. They love to share it. And my wife, she's got some discerning taste. You know what I mean? The key ingredient to start with is some really good fresh salmon. What we do with the fresh salmon first is a couple hours before you're gonna assemble this dish, take the salmon, about a pound, bake it, and then let it chill. Let it cool off so it gets cold. Put it in the refrigerator. Then before we put it into our bowl, right, you're gonna see how it's perfectly flaky, which is just what we want. You're gonna actually take it out, and normally we like the skin and the gray part under the skin of a salmon, but for this dish we don't want that because that's gonna take away from the bright pink whiteness of this dish. So we're gonna kind of peel that stuff off of the bottom of your salmon and discard it. Once you've got your salmon in there, put it in with all the rest of them. It'll flake out pretty easily with your fingers. So now we're gonna get to building the dish. Get a good mixing bowl, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding the stuff we want. So we're gonna put in our salmon. Don't worry, it'll flake up as we're stirring it. Then you're gonna want a 1/4 cup of mayo. Don't put a lot of mayonnaise in there. There's no reason to get overdressed. In fact, we like most things underdressed, if you know what I mean. We're also gonna add in 1/3 cup of chopped parsley, some nice color into it. 1/3 cup of chopped scallions, adds a little flavor to it, but doesn't take away from the main star. And then the best supporting actor here is dill. Dill adds a brightness to it that really brings something special out of this dish. We're also gonna add a little shake of smoked paprika. That's important. And then to your liking, just a little dash of cayenne pepper. Because we don't want this to be spicy, we just want it to be delicious. Then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, 3 cloves of crushed garlic, 1/4 cup of toasted almonds. So buy slivered almonds and roast them dry on a cookie sheet, 350 degrees for 5 or 6 minutes. Then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stir all this beautifulness up. The dill, the crunch from the almonds, the flakiness of the salmon becomes this fresh, bright dish. That's perfect. I mean, I picture my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife sipping champagne, mimosas, and having this beautiful, perfect summer protein salad. We like pink Himalayan salt because it matches the color, but we don't go too crazy with the salt. There's so many good flavors. Then we're gonna do a little bit of crushed black pepper. Give it one more stir, get everything evenly mixed out. Now, how you can serve this beautiful dish, we made some crostinis, which is just a little bit of basting oil, some olive oil, garlic, Italian seasoning on a sliced up baguette. You can also serve them with lettuce wraps. They're great on sandwiches, they're great on celery, but this is salmon salad. It will class things up from the classy people that I somehow tricked into hanging out with me to the classy people in your lives. Class it up, spatchcock funk.
I think we are the classy people.
I think so too.
Yeah. Compliment accepted. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this. Welcome back. We have much more to get to on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour, including a closer look at a new kind of dish that may be coming to a restaurant or grocery store near you. That's coming up in this morning's Trending Now.
Hey, stick around. ARC Rochester returns on the other side of the break.
this Wednesday morning, June 11th. Thanks for sticking with us on Arc Rochester. I'm Abi Fridmann.
And I'm Dan Schrack. Meteorologist Mark McLean is back with us once again.
Whoa.
Look at that. We've never seen it live
Never on air,
ladies and gentlemen. That is a first. Only 1 in 10 meteorologists can actually do that.
Well, that's 10% accuracy. That's pretty good for a
10%
meteorologist.
accuracy. We'll get a check of the forecast from him in just a minute, but we do want to get a check of some of the top headlines this morning with your Arc Rochester news break.
Yeah, Stephannie is off today, so we will start protests over immigration raids in Los Angeles entering a 6th day with no signs of slowing down. President Trump has nearly doubled the number of troops on the ground, now at nearly 5,000. California Governor Gavin Newsom has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, claiming the federal deployment of National Guard troops without state approval violates the 10th Amendment. Similar demonstrations have now spread to other major cities, including Chicago and New York.
Meantime, back at home, concerts by the shore are set to resume tonight at Ontario Beach Park with an uptick in security. Multiple agencies will be there to monitor. This is part of a broader push to keep beach and concert goers safe after recent violent incidents. This week, county leaders voted to push a special security project ahead by a year. Ontario Beach Park remains free and open to the public.
Rochester police are investigating after 2 vehicles collided overnight in the area of North Clinton and Clifford Avenues. Neither driver was hurt. Police say they found evidence that shots had been fired in the area, but no reports of anyone being hit. No suspects are in custody. Those with information should call 911.
Cleanup continues in Steuben County after heavy rain prompted a state of emergency on Monday. Floodwaters temporarily shutting down the Bath Country Club, one of those areas that was hit hard. The region has seen several recent severe storms in recent years. County officials say due to the limited amount of damage, receiving any aid or relief is unlikely.
In Ontario County, officials are looking for input on a dangerous section of roadway. The public is being asked to weigh in on a proposed safety upgrade at the intersection of County Road 32 and Hickox Road in Canandaigua. Officials say that intersection has seen crash rates more than 4 times the state average. The proposed project would either convert it to an all-way stop or a roundabout. Tonight's meeting is from 6 to 8 inside Canandaigua Town Hall.
And for all these top stories and any developments as we make our way through this Wednesday, head over to our website, 13wham.com.
All right, we'll switch gears now. Mark is here with the answer to today's weather trivia and a look at all of the sunshine. Mark?
All right, so what about the storms? What do you say?
I need to see my options one more time.
The options one more time on the weather trivia? Check this out. These are the 4 selections. Which of the following of these is not considered a storm in weather? Is it a water spout? Is it a snow devil, a tornado, or a mid-latitude cyclone?
I'm going snow devil.
Snow devil.
I am also going with that.
Okay, we have lots of guesses. Joshua, Ruth Ann, and Amy said B. Julie, Janet, and Barbara said A. And then
on Insta?
Look at all the B's. Look at
67% A.
Look at all the B's on the second page.
That's a lot.
Wow. So a lot of folks went with B, and if you went with B, you are correct.
Yes.
The snow devil. Have you ever watched these in the wintertime, though?
Yeah.
Like out in a farmer's field or something like that,
Yes.
or like a supermarket parking lot, and get leaves and whatever get caught up in it, and it spins around. So technically, it is a circulation. The interesting part about water spouts is that they actually connect to the cloud base. If you ever watch one out over Lake Ontario, so it is a circulation that goes from the water surface, and it does connect into the clouds. So technically, it is a part of a storm system. That's why that is like that. And a mid-latitude cyclonic storm is what we get every 2 or 3 days. Okay, cyclone is storm, and that's just generic. It's a generic expression for low pressure.
Mid-latitude cyclone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cyclonic storm is the actual. It's just it didn't fit in the whole thing.
That's me Monday, Wednesday, Friday here at the station.
Oh man, a Dan devil.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Snow devils are not associated with large scale, as are dust devils. If you see them in the summertime, sometimes you see dust devils pick up dust and leaves and debris. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Who's that?
Yes, it's Jaybird.
Yeah, what's Jaybird doing?
She's digging is what she's doing, and
Oh,
she's in
boy.
a lot of trouble for that.
Uh-oh.
Are you
That's
taking this
wild,
from
though.
a window?
It's from my deck.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That looks
Yeah,
like a
'cause
nice
she's
muddy
looking
spot.
up there.
Yeah.
Like if it rains, that's like total mud, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, boy.
does she like to go roll in it?
She cools her belly on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so she'll do like 8 laps around the yard. 'Cause she loves to run, and then we'll hear her go, and she's digging.
Uh-oh.
And then we'll go over and catch her, and she's just doing that, smiling like crazy.
Look at cheesing for the camera here.
Yep.
Can we get some doggy pictures? Send your dog pictures to chime in, 13wham.com. Scan that QR code on the screen, and we'd love to see pictures of your pup just like that, getting in trouble. Look at little Jay in trouble.
Little bird.
Wednesday, Thursday, we're good. Small chance of a sprinkle on Thursday, but it's this weekend that we get just a couple of passing showers. I don't want to overstress that chance, but we're probably going to have a few wet sidewalks out there for the weekend. But not today on the links. You're in good shape. If you're heading out, 69 by 10 a.m., 74 at 1 o'clock. If you have an afternoon tea time, looks like we'll be in the upper 70s to near 80 as you head out today, looking pretty good. Now, we've got some puffy clouds now, 66 degrees, the west-southwest breeze at 13, and the dew point was at, in the upper 40s at this time yesterday. Now it's in the mid-50s, so that's climbing back up just a little bit compared to yesterday at this time. A few clouds off to the east, but high pressure pretty much in firm control of our weather. It's going to hold off this next storm system until at least tomorrow afternoon. It's a weak cold front that's going to be sliding our way, and that's going to increase the clouds towards Thursday morning just a little bit. You see those green spots back in Michigan. Those are some rain showers. Those are going to slide in just behind that front, but fade as they're moving towards western New York. So we're counting on a mainly dry Thursday. But again, I just want to stress that there's a small chance that we get a sprinkle or two. We'll see temps near 80 into the low 80s close to Rochester. Clouds decrease this morning. It'll be warmer this afternoon, as just mentioned, with temps in the low 60s tonight. And that extended forecast, some clouds late Friday. Temps largely in the 60s for Friday, may top out near 70. It's upper 60s for Saturday. Father's Day on Sunday is not a washout, but if you have outdoor plans with Dad, just have a quick plan B to sneak inside quick if we do get a passing shower. 80 with a mostly cloudy sky on Monday, and 83, a little bit warmer for Tuesday. And we've got this other QR code on the screen. You can scan that code right there. You get the hour-by-hour forecast. I love the lightning detector on this thing. You ever sit there? This is a weird meteorologist thing, right? It's got like 7.3 miles. It's got like 2.2 miles. And then you've got it and you're mowing the lawn or something, and you're like, ooh, it's more than 10 miles away. I'm okay. Let's keep going, right? No, that's not how it works for everybody.
Totally, yeah.
Watches and warnings pop up.
Yep.
Scott's voice pops on if you've got the audio thing going.
Director Chris says,
No, he's not having it?
No.
It's got a hurricane tracker.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
A lot of cool little features.
So, even if you went to Tampa or something this summer or this fall, you're taking a vacation, take it with you. Turn on location services and you can get your weather wherever you are.
One might say it's like a weather warehouse for your pocket.
You might say that.
It's big. It's lots of voluminous data.
Just packed into this this tiny little.
Yes.
Yep.
It's incredible.
It's a free download for all Apple and Android devices.
It certainly is. It certainly is. No subscription necessary. 8 days, 14 hours, 50 minutes, and 35 seconds. How do you like that? The countdown to summer continues.
Yep.
Cannot wait. Just a little more than a week.
It's going to be nice.
It's great.
I know. All right. So what are we doing to celebrate the summer solstice? We're not doing it as a group because it's on a Saturday.
We should do some alpaca yoga.
You think?
Yeah. Let's start today. We'll start the celebration early and do some alpaca yoga.
Okay, I think we can arrange that for, I don't know.
You are in luck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was hoping for that when I came in today. I was hoping after lower back pain for some alpaca yoga.
I think Mark might actually hurt himself. I do. I do.
You ever done yoga?
I have a mat at home. Yeah, I do a little bit. Like planks is considered, right? Is that considered yoga or no?
I mean,
like that kind of exercise?
Yeah, but
a little bit. Not like yoga. Not like sitting in a studio.
Upward dog, downward dog.
No.
Savasana.
No, I have a dog, though. She's a cutie.
Okay. Honestly, stick around. A lot more to come here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're taking a closer look at how one local rock star is opening a brand new stage for aspiring musicians.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. You can also catch us over on foxrochester.com.
8:13 this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Rochester has talent, and one native rock star has been touching students and teaching them of all ages how to live out their dreams at Rockstar Academy.
Yeah, now he's opening up a second branch of the school. This morning we are joined by Elvio Fernandez, the founder of Rockstar Academy, to tell us all about it, and all of this before he hits the road again with the band Daughtry. Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We were just talking during the commercial break, and you are one busy guy.
Yeah.
Between all of the touring, the Rockstar Academy, a coffee shop, and now this new branch of the Rockstar Academy.
Yes,
yeah. How are you keeping all of this straight?
I'm not, but I'm doing the best I can. No, it's a little bit hectic, but these are all things that I'm passionate about, and I like to stay busy. So.
Very good.
For somebody who's unfamiliar with Rockstar Academy, the original, talk to us about it and the success that it's seen.
It was basically an idea that I had come up with after doing some live shows and bringing some young kids up on stage. You see quickly how that impacts them, and it's a life-changing experience when a kid is standing on stage and thousands of people are cheering for them, right? So we came up with this concept of, it was just a one-week summer camp, and the whole premise of the camp was to make kids feel like rock stars. Day one, we'd pick them up in a limo and, then drive them around a little bit, and then they would do their little audition, and then we form bands, and each band has a professional coach, and then the goal through the week was to learn a couple songs, and then on Friday, a fully produced rock show, which is usually the first time that these kids have ever been on a stage in front of a cheering audience. Wow. And it's life-changing. So that then evolved into what is a year-long academy that we've, since 2017, and we have like 22 bands, a couple hundred kids, and these kids play 10 plus showcases a year at all of the areas, live music venues like Iron Smoke and Love and Cup and Buntsee's.
Wow.
How cool
It's a lot of fun, yeah.
Do they still get picked up in a limo every day?
No.
Just
That's
curious.
just a one-day
Just
thing.
had to
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
All right, so tell us about the second branch that's opening then.
So Geneseo holds a special place in my heart. That's where I went to college. And, a lot of my early experiences as a musician happened at Geneseo. Bought my first guitar at Bozo's. We get quite a few kids from Livingston County that come to our summer camp in Monroe County. And I was trying to recruit a drummer for a new band that we were forming, and I called this kid up, and I spoke to his parents, and they said, we would love to join, but we live in Geneseo. It's a little bit of a drive for us. And then just kind of a light bulb went off, and I was like, wait a second, these kids, there's a lot of kids in Livingston County. I didn't realize how many school districts. I think there's 8 school districts out that way. So with the connection of me going to college there, I just felt like it was a no-brainer to offer this experience to those kids in Livingston County. And, the goal is the same thing. Let's see how many kids we can inspire and get on stage. And at the end of the day, it's about confidence, instilling confidence in these kids. So,
okay, so we've got 2 schools now. We've got the coffee shop. And we still have the day job where we're a musician and we go on tour.
Yes.
And you're getting ready to do that. So how do you manage all of this?
I have an incredible support staff. My wife, first and foremost, handles a lot of the day-to-day at Rockstar Academy. And so she helps quite a bit. My coaches are phenomenal. I work remotely when I'm on the road, obviously, communicating and organizing things. But I have a great staff. So
it definitely all pays off in the end, I'm sure. I know we were joking and kind of laughing about just how chaotic it is,
yeah.
But when you see the smiles and you see the kids perform, it really has got to make you feel good. And I'm sure remind you of how you got started.
100%. I didn't have a Rockstar Academy when I got started. We had to figure it out ourselves. So, the fact that these kids can get mentoring from professional musicians and people who are actually doing this, it just... the process is much easier for them. We can teach them to avoid pitfalls and mistakes that nobody told us when we were younger. So, and again, I always say it's the most important, other than being a husband and a father, it's the most important thing I do because it really does change these kids. They come in, a lot of times they're shy. They're not the quarterback of the football team. These are creative kids that are in their bedrooms just playing their instruments, and then you take that kid and you show them how cool they are, and you put them on stage and you put them in a position to win. And it is life-changing. And I hear it every day and I see it, and it's kind of addicting. Like, I want every kid out there that loves music that doesn't think they're cool, I'll show you how cool you are. Promise you.
Several years in at this point, I would imagine some of the former students at the original Rockstar Academy have gone on to pursue careers in music.
100%. So a lot of my ex-students are now my coaches, so it's a family. They just stay, we all stay together. But the very first band that I ever formed at Rockstar Academy is a band called BB Dang. They just had 1,200 people at Rochester Beer Park.
Wow.
They're killing it.
Wow.
And they work really hard, and they're humble, and they're sweet kids, and they're talented, and that's what we're all about, you know. So I want to form the next BB Dang, and we have so many talented bands that are actually playing out live. There's too many to name, but solo artists. So it is kind of a launching pad to, you don't have to be a rock star to make a living in music. There's a lot of different levels, and there's people that make a living here in Rochester playing music. So, we're here to help facilitate that. So,
for those who are living in Livingston County that are interested and thinking to themselves, man, my kid would totally go crazy over this. How does it all work?
Well, come see us on Friday, because we're doing a ribbon cutting at 2 p.m. and then from 3 to 6 is an open house where we'll show you our little facility there. That we have all these rooms that are fully equipped for lessons and for band rehearsals, and it's pretty cool. But you would go to our website. It's rockstaracademy.com, and it's ROCSTAR. Don't put the K in there. We're looking forward to growing that program in Livingston County and creating some maybe changing the landscape of that local music scene. So.
Sounds good. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
it.
Thank you.
And if you missed any of it, we'll post all of the information you need to know if you want to go on our website, foxrochester.com.
When we come back, we're getting a closer look at some of this year's best books.
Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break. Welcome to the Book Nook.
I liked that music.
I know.
That was good. All right, we're almost halfway through the year, and if you're looking for your next read for the summer reading list, Amazon has just released their favorite books of 2025 so far. There's still a lot of time left in the year.
I know. I'm very excited, though, because everybody needs a good beach read. So this morning, we're joined by senior editor on the Amazon Book editorial team, Lindsay Powers, to share more about what is on the list this season. Lindsay, thank you so much for waking up and joining us. We appreciate it. Let's dive right in.
Oh, good morning. I'm so excited to talk about the best books of the year so far. So the Amazon editors are a team of passionate book lovers, book experts. We read thousands of books a year to surface only the very best books that will inform, entertain, delight. And no matter your favorite genre, right? You might be a mystery, a history, a fiction, or a nonfiction reader. Anyways, there's something for everyone, and then some on the Amazon Best Books of the Year so far list.
You have my dream job, Lindsay. I just have to say, I am so jealous.
No.
If I could just read all day for a living and tell people what I think about it, that would be ideal. So tell us about some of the books that are on the list.
So our number one best book is called Wild Dark Shore. It's by Charlotte McConaughey. It's fiction, and it is the kind of book that you could hand to literally anyone because it's like a little bit of everything. It's kind of a family drama. You have it features one of my favorite book dads who I've ever read, maybe ever. And there's this family that lives like at the end of the earth on this island. So it's a little bit of a mystery because you're like, well, what are they doing there? And then a woman washes up on the island. The ending, speaking of reading and talking about books, I mean, the ending will make you call everyone you know. You'll be thinking about it forever. It's perfect for your book club. Our number two best book on the list is called King of Ashes. It's by S.A. Cosby, who is one of the best living mystery writers today. This is an incredible, engaging page turner. It's about a family. Siblings come together after their father gets in a car accident under kind of dubious circumstances. The eldest daughter is trying to hold the family business together. The youngest son has gotten into some trouble with some very scary bad guys. The middle brother comes in, tries to save the day, realizes very quickly he is in over his head. This is an incredible book that asks big questions about how far you would go for your family, what lines would you cross. It is the perfect book for fans of The Godfather or The Wire.
Okay. Now, Lindsay, I got to ask, because I know you've got this list, but I also know that you read something outrageous, like 200 books a year or something like that, right?
It's hundreds of books a year.
Okay, hundreds of books a year. From this list, which one was your favorite?
Oh, that's such a good question. And on AmazonBookReview.com, all of our editors do list our personal picks. But mine happens to be number 3 on the list, which is called No More Tears by Gardner Harris. It's a nonfiction book. It's super narrative. He spent 18 years reporting out this incredible story about one of America's most trusted companies. And of course, we learn about the baby powder that the cover evokes and Tylenol. But we also learn about medication that's nicknamed Miracle Grow for cancer, another medication that's commonly prescribed to children that can disfigure young boys. The greed and corruption is shocking in this story. And just as you will be stunned as you read that, you will also be so inspired by the incredible whistleblowers that put a lot on the line to bring this very vital tale to light.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that one sounds, listen, it sounds even more compelling, I would say, than the first two. Or at least you sold it that way because it's your favorite.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm biased. I love a nonfiction, but I think, like if you're a romance reader, right, we've got Carly Fortune's One Golden Summer on our list. If you loved The Hunger Games, we have a prequel by Suzanne Collins called Sunrise on the Reaping, number 5 on our list. No reading of The Hunger Games required, but if you do, it's extra fun. If you love like a beautiful, quiet story that will have you underlining lines, number 4 on our list is The Empire of Gladness by Ocean Vuong. I mean, we truly aim to make sure that there's something that will appeal to so many different kinds of readers. And The Empire of Gladness is such a great story because it brings to light the tales of just everyday Americans and small town America, and the families that we build and create as opposed to the ones that we're born into. It's a really thoughtful and warm tale.
It honestly, all of them.
I mean, it sounds
really great. They all do. For somebody who's thinking to themselves, I'm really not a big reader, what is a book on the list that you would recommend they check out?
Well, of course, we have to mention the number one, the Wild Dark Shore book, just because it's a little bit of something for everyone. But, I would say maybe Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid is another incredible one. Her name may sound familiar because she's very Book Talk famous for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and also Daisy Jones and the Six. And this book is incredible. It starts off with a bang. They're in space. You love following the story of Joan, who wants nothing more than to be an astronaut, but she's a woman in the 80s, so she faces a lot of obstacles. And she, it's kind of like a love story in unexpected places. So that's a super compelling page turner. You'll see it everywhere on the beach this summer. And then maybe Lloyd McNeil's Last Ride by Will Leach. This is an incredible mystery, and I think mystery is such a great genre to be getting into right now because the whole time you're reading, you'll have questions about what's happening, and there's kind of a little bit of a family, father-son element of that as well. Really, we update AmazonBookReview.com every single day with incredible recommendations, both from our top 20 list and then also from across popular genres, from history to nonfiction and beyond.
Lindsay, thank you so much for your time this morning. I have one last question before you go. Just settle a debate with me, for me. I know Amazon owns Audible. I want to know, are audiobooks considered reading?
Audiobooks are absolutely considered reading.
Okay.
Any book that you read in whatever format, Kindle, Audible, hardcover is 100% counts.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
Yeah, stick around. We are back right after this. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. It's time to take a look at some of the stories that have people talking and yapping. Water cooler talk today.
Trending now, we're going to start things out with a food that's caught fresh from lab straight to your plate.
What
from
does
a
that-
lab, right?
What does that mean? Caught
Fresh from
If you read the story, you might figure it out.
fresh from lab.
Fresh from lab.
Fresh from a lab.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I forgot an article.
There we go. The San Francisco What did she say?
I forgot an article.
Oh. The San Francisco Cellular Agriculture Company, Wild Type, has gained FDA approval for lab-grown salmon.
Okay, only 3 other companies have been able to receive this stamp of approval. The company will now be serving the fish on menus at award-winning restaurants in Portland, Oregon. What are you laughing at? This is, never mind.
No, I'm just saying, nope, right away. The salmon will only be on the menu Thursday nights, but come July, it'll be available daily.
The company says the salmon is sushi grade and best served raw.
The interest in lab-grown salmon grew in popularity due to both wild-caught and farm-raised versions containing levels of mercury.
All right, so lab-grown salmon is made by taking living cells from Pacific salmon and then placing them into cell cultivators that mimic the temperature, pH, and nutrients of a wild fish, ultimately allowing those cells to grow.
Once harvested, the salmon cells are fused with plant-based ingredients to imitate texture and appearance of salmon. So listen, is there any fish in this fish food?
I think so. Yeah.
So, yes, technically, yes.
Nothing was ever swimming, though.
But correct, it's not a living thing.
It's dead salmon.
It's like lab-grown meat.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Yeah, weird. No.
Okay, the company says it aims to sustainably meet the food security challenges of this century and minimize the damaging environmental implications of farming and fishing practices.
Synthetic salmon hasn't hit the grocery store shelves just yet, but it could be just around the corner. I can answer this question right away. Would you eat lab-grown salmon? No, thank you. I think it's weird.
I can't imagine that I would be inclined to try it.
Yeah, you're not going to be first in line
No.
at the restaurant saying, oh, yeah, sign me up. I'd love to get
I would be
fillets
interested
of
to
lab-grown
do
salmon.
a side-by-side to see if I could tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, no part of me is eager. I don't want to be trying it here on ARC Rochester.
Yeah, do not order it. We will not expense this.
Too late, no.
Would you eat it?
I don't like seafood, so I'm
Really?
a bad person to ask.
There you go.
I guess it's not seafood, yeah, so.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not.
know.
It's
Lab food.
Lab
Lab
food.
food.
All right, let's move along now to people getting a bit too comfortable with ChatGPT.
A photo going viral on social media capturing love in the time of AI.
Okay, so this photo, I guess, shows a man conversing with ChatGPT on a New York City subway like it was his girlfriend.
Do we get to see the picture? Probably
No,
not.
we can't. Yeah, sorry. And Matt, close your eyes, viewers, and imagine it.
All right, so the photo was taken from an angle behind the man, so he probably was unaware that he was being watched.
Oh, now that's mean. The photo was tweeted along with the caption, "Guy on the subway this morning talking to ChatGPT like his girlfriend didn't realize these people actually exist. We are so beyond cooked."
The man's message from the AI assistant read something like, something warm to drink, a calm ride home, and maybe if you want, I'll read something to you later, or you can rest your head in my metaphorical lap while we let the day dissolve gently away. That was kind of poetic.
Who just groaned in here?
That was Mark.
McLean, you're disgusting. I don't know if that was a good groan or a bad groan, but I don't want to hear any groan come from you, thank you. Okay? Only after you've eaten like bad sushi. Never again, my friend. It continued, followed by a red heart emoji And then went on to say, "You're doing beautifully, my love, just by being here." Viewers on social media were split. Some a bit angry at the photographer for invading this man's personal space. I would say that's the camp I'd be in.
Yeah.
Okay,
just
yeah,
let him
that's the
live.
camp that I'd be in.
Let him do his thing.
Honestly, he's not hurting anybody.
Huh?
What?
What?
Yes, I think you partake in these conversations, so I think that's why you're like okay with it.
Oh,
Do you guys want to know something?
No, we got to finish the story.
We don't. Oh, Dan, wait, did you actually break down yesterday when ChatGPT was like down? Did you like have a
Oh no, I did.
breakdown?
When was it down? I wasn't aware of that.
See, you abandoned your boyfriend.
I will make you aware though that I did ask it something. So with ChatGPT, you can do the talk to it one, where like you set the phone down and you can actually ask it things.
Yep.
It told me what I wanted, and I said thank you, and it said you're very welcome. Anytime you need a hand, just reach out. Take care. I hope hope all the best. And I said, much appreciated. It went on to say, you're welcome. We went back and forth saying, thank you, you're welcome, like literally a half a dozen times. I just wanted to see if it would stop, and it didn't. It just kept on saying, oh, no problem. Anytime you need my help.
No, thank you.
Honestly, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was. I didn't want to end the conversation.
Don't you remember the news story that came out recently about how much energy it costs for you to go back and forth saying thank you to
Saying
an
thank
AI?
you. Yes, but again, when the uprising occurs, I will be shielded by my knight in shining GPT. Okay?
Mine's just gonna, no.
Yours is gonna attack.
No, it's not. It's just gonna say, oh, there's that lady that puts all of her angry, aggressive emails in here and asks me to fix them. Make this
All right,
sound nice.
yeah. Others are saying this is sad and not really funny. One reply received a lot of attention was, as a society, we're seemingly losing empathy bit by bit, and it's concerning. Loneliness is real. A lot of people don't have who they can talk to without judgment or criticism. Booyah! Boom!
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Don't you feel bad, Ms. Judgmental?
I was not judging anything.
Don't you feel bad, Ms. Judgmental?
Here's.
Okay, we gotta go to commercial.
Okay.
We gotta go to commercial.
He wrote beautiful things. That was a very nice message he said to
We've
his
got
ChatGPT.
we've got a special chapter of Arc Rochester coming up next. It's a whole chapter.
Bye. 8:42, welcome back. If you've been feeling a little stressed out or maybe want to find a new wholesome workout, then how about some yoga with this guy, an alpaca?
Yeah, that's right. Lazy Acre Farms is putting a unique twist on your typical yoga class.
For more, we're joined now by yoga instructor from Victor Yoga Studio, Mandy Wolfram, and the owner of Lazy Acre Alpacas, Inc., Mark Gilbride. And you brought your friend with you here today.
Camacho.
Yes, Camacho. He's beautiful. He is actually, I've never seen an alpaca this close up before, and I'm kind of wowed, honestly.
Thank you, all three of you, for coming in.
Yeah.
Mark, I want to start with you, if we can, for Lazy Acre Alpacas. Tell everyone what that is, if they're unfamiliar.
Well, Lazy Acre Alpacas is an alpaca farm in West Bloomfield, just 30 minutes from the airport, so not very far. We have 50 alpacas there. And we, 15 years ago, started doing agritourism, where we invite people, families, couples, individuals, school groups to come out and take a tour. The tour consists of going through some of the vintage barns that we have, and then watching a couple videos on the shearing process. As you can see, Camacho is freshly shorn.
Yes.
Okay? And,
very handsome looking.
And then the highlight of the tour is we go out and feed the alpacas from the fence line. And then we go into the gift shop and hopefully buy a souvenir.
Love that.
What kind of souvenirs can you buy?
Gloves, hats, mittens, scarves,
That is so
blankets.
cool.
All made from alpaca.
All made from alpaca.
That is
How do you love
amazing.
that?
Alpaca is 7 times warmer than wool and stronger than wool, and it comes in 22 different natural colors.
How do you like that?
I like it a lot.
Are
I do.
we allowed to pet Camacho?
Yeah, the only thing they don't like is on top of their head around their face, but on the side of the neck.
Hi, buddy.
Get right in there.
Yeah.
Aren't you handsome?
He sees himself.
Yes, you are. You see yourself on television right there? Yes, I know. Look at this. Aren't we the best looking duo here?
A star is actually you guys kind of look alike.
We do look alike, right?
It's the hair. This is really, really neat. Hi, buddy. So tell us a little bit about alpaca yoga. That's crazy.
It's just a great way to get into nature, and you're right in there with the alpacas. People seem to love it. There's a lot that come out, and it's just been a great way to do some yoga with some amazing animals.
Yeah.
For a first-time yogi, someone who's not done alpaca yoga before, what do they need to know before they show up? Is there any special prep?
Have an open mind and just have fun. They're very docile, they're so friendly, and they just bring a little bit of just
Calmness.
some calmness to,
I mean,
so just come with an open mind and that's it.
they communicate by om.
Yeah, when I first got to the farm, that's what I heard. I was like, they were going om, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to do it here. We have to do yoga here.
The alpacas actually om.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
They
it sounds
communicate
like
by
they.
humming.
Really?
Hmm?
Oh, how
back and forth, and they understand each other.
How many alpacas
interesting.
are there?
We have 50.
50.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And how many take part in yoga?
Pretty much all of them. Pretty much all of them. And we just had a baby too on the farm.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
That has happened. That has happened during yoga with alpacas.
That a baby was born.
Yes.
Right
So
during
you
the
might
yoga
get a little,
session.
a little biology lesson too.
I love this. I love this. You three are going to stick around because when we come back from break here, we're going to give alpaca yoga a try with our new friend Camacho.
Yeah, stick around. We're back after this.
Oh, he's
leaning
He's ready
on
for
me.
camera. He just had a little snack. He's ready for the camera.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us this Wednesday. We are super excited because we're getting a closer look at what alpaca yoga looks like. What alpaca yoga is, this is our friend Camacho. We also have Lazy Acre alpacas in studio this morning. We're learning all about it. Okay, so what do we need to do now?
So we usually just take the food. It's usually mostly about the alpacas, a little bit about the yoga, but we could do all kinds of poses with the food and the alpacas. If we could just take one foot to the inside of our leg and take one hand out and the other hand up, and one of them's going to feed the alpacas. So we're in like a half tree pose.
All right, buddy. Oh, there you go.
Oh, he's all about
there you
that.
go.
And they
Just
all
remember to
come
breathe, buddy.
up to you. They'll come
Breathing's
right up to you
important
where
in
we're
yoga.
doing the yoga.
Hi. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
tickle,
I
tickle.
didn't even eat it.
Yeah.
There's more over here.
There is.
Camacho.
Camacho, right here.
Right there, you got one more
You got a
hand.
little more. You got a little more.
There you go.
There you go.
This is where you learn how bad your balance really is.
Yeah.
And most of the time, we're just sitting down, relaxing, enjoying the alpacas, doing a little bit of light stretching. So it's nothing like too crazy. They're, again, obviously the star of the show. So,
But honestly, it's in addition to being good, you know, a good mood booster, it's also I don't know, it just feels nice.
it does. It does.
It does. It's therapeutic. It's relaxing.
If you're going to do yoga, why not with alpacas?
Why not with a little alpaca?
You know, when we were first talking about this, I thought it would be a lot like goat yoga.
Yeah.
You know, where the goats like stand on your back. And Mark was all worried. He was like, I don't think I can have an alpaca stand on my back.
It's a little less messy.
Oh, yeah, that too.
You're so
Look at you.
I know.
So Mandy actually
So docile.
adjusts her yoga to the people around, and one of the poses is, okay, get your camera out, look at your friend, and take a picture of your friend either petting or doing the yoga stance as well as feeding them.
We do a
Fantastic.
selfie asana because you know that's why we're all there
yeah,
to take the
absolutely.
selfie. So I'm like, lean back, snack back, lean back. So it works out.
You've got
One
more
pellet
food.
left.
I know,
Yep.
but he didn't really seem
He doesn't
interested.
see
It's
it.
only a couple. Hey.
Can't see your hands.
Oh, he's adding
There,
up right
oh,
now.
Macho's camera
smell it.
shot.
There you go.
Oh,
There.
look
go.
at that. Isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, it's okay.
It's all right,
Sorry,
buddy.
parts
It's
of our set
okay.
fall apart all the time.
It's all right. I know. Sometimes it's
good.
scary. Sometimes it's scary. We had a goat in here at one point,
You did?
and the goat came over and started eating the fake plants.
my gosh.
No, that's not going to work for you. That's not going to work for you. Talk to us about the day-to-day of an alpaca. What does the day look like for an alpaca?
You know, wake up, make some coffee.
Yeah, honestly, what do you
Typical 9
do?
to 5 commute.
Tumble out of bed,
Quite
stumble
bad.
to the kitchen?
Around 8:30, plus or minus a half hour there.
That's late.
I'll go down and feed them, and they all want to be fed. So just coming down, I give them 3 sharp whistles, and if they're out grazing, they know it's time to be fed. They'll come in, and while they're in there, we check them over, make sure everything looks all right. Now, yesterday, I noticed one of the girls, Lindsay, her name is, she ate and then she laid down. And she was huffing and puffing. I looked at her. I knew she was pregnant and she was due the day before. And yesterday about noon, she gave birth to a baby.
Oh.
So that's kind of not a normal day.
No.
So then we weigh the babies. And the alpacas at that point have access to go out and graze. And they go back and forth. They come in the barn to get a drink of water, get out of the sun sometimes in the shade, and then go back out and they feed. So they go back and forth. And most of the time they spend outside.
How big are the babies when they're born?
Yeah.
15 pounds. They're about maybe the head's here and the body's like right there.
So they're just like a mini alpaca when they come out.
And they're pregnant for 11 and a half months.
Oh, wow.
Which is a
Poor
long
girl.
time. Yeah, exactly.
Gestation, yeah.
That's really incredible.
Yeah.
And this is Camacho's about as big as the alpaca gets?
He's a little small for his size.
Okay. Hey, you and me both, buddy.
Right. But
And when the babies come out, they come out almost ready to go.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
within the half hour, I think they start to walk.
No
Wow.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Yeah.
Incredible.
Really-
Yeah.
And then yoga shortly thereafter.
And then
Yes.
yoga, and then
We
you're
had
right there
yeah.
when you
yoga
do
last
yoga.
night.
Yoga by
Time
night.
for yoga.
Yep.
Well, listen, thank you so much for
you.
coming in,
You're
Camacho.
welcome. This was so
Thank
cool.
you.
We got to say Namaste, though. before we all go.
Namaste, Camacho. Namaste. Thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Thank
We will
you.
post more information about Lazy Acre alpacas and some alpaca yoga on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Our final thoughts are coming up after the break.
It is time for our final thoughts this Wednesday morning here on Arc Rochester.
That was pretty cool.
The alpaca.
I mean, 10 out of 10.
I mean,
I like that, yeah.
It's great. It's
It was
great.
fun feeding him. Those
I
little
know,
lips,
right?
You know, just
The mouth is interesting. The
Yeah.
split lip.
Yeah. And I liked, they said that he wasn't going to slobber all over you, which I appreciated.
Yeah,
he
he
didn't.
doesn't.
He
He
was so
didn't.
polite.
Yeah.
They don't eat with their tongues. They eat with the upper lip. It kind of pulls the food in.
The fur looks so coarse, but then it's soft. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks raily almost, but you pet it, it's like, whoa.
Well, he said it's warmer than wool,
Yep.
and it comes in how many natural colors?
20-something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
A ridiculous number.
At the Holiday Village, there's always somebody that sets up with one of those stands.
Yeah.
That's
You can get
really
the socks are, even if they're soaking wet, they still insulate your feet. It's pretty
Really?
crazy.
Why are your
that's
feet
pretty
so...
cool.
Never mind.
Well, if
Yeah,
you're
what are you doing?
running
It's
around, a
soaking
dog
wet
tracks in the. I mean, it's like wool. It still insulates even if.
Only
if
it's
wet.
alpaca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Hey, that does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57. We show up and we work at what channel, what time?
13 WIM,
Right.
ABC. Much more live local news later today. Lowell Rose and Mark will be there for 13 WIM News at midday.
Bye.